it's just sore coming off the game yesterday, and we'll just approach it day to day with him.
Any other injuries that are of any note at all?
Logan Wilson will be a guy that we'll have to evaluate as the week goes. That would be the other one that popped up.
Yeah, he went into the locker room. Can you give any generalities about the injury?
Yeah, foot, just general foot. So we'll see how he goes throughout the week.
Darius Phillips got back in kind of after halftime there. What led to making that switch, and how do you think he did?
We plan on rotating him in there at corner now that he's back. And, the way the first half went for the defense, they weren't on the field much to start. We really gave up 10 points, and they'd only been on the field, I think, for 5 plays. So in terms of rotating those corners, there was just no fluid way to do it. He obviously played a lot in the second half.
Coach, with respect to the mood of the team, the next day, you still feel good about the guys and just their attitudes and their ability to just continue to focus on the next game?
Absolutely. And we met as a team, we met as a unit, we met as individuals. We got slaughtered in the turnover battle yesterday, 3-0. And if we had flipped that or made it even, we would have had some great opportunities, because there was some good football on tape, in all 3 phases from us. But you can't lose 3-0 with 3 of the turnovers coming on your first 3 possessions, and all of a sudden you're down 17-0 by the time you walk out on the field for your 4th drive, and you never even kicked the ball yet. And that's you're never going to win any games if we play that way. And so you have to first of all make that an emphasis that we got killed in the turnover battle, and we got to be much better. But there are some good positives that came from the game, things that we did well, and we got to carry that over. It's a big game, prime time, divisional game, Monday Night Football. So our guys are going to be ready to go. But, they came in obviously disappointed and frustrated with the outcome yesterday. But again, we have great character in our locker room. They're going to bounce back the right way and be ready to go on Monday.
It's now 13 lost fumbles in 13 games. That's, obviously not where you want to be. And I know you emphasize it. I know ball security is a big emphasis. So that has to be a frustration as well. Yeah. So we got to overemphasize it, which we felt like we have. But sometimes for whatever reason, Gio's a guy that's as reliable as anybody in the NFL, and they got a good punch on his in the first drive, and we'd plan to rotate those guys anyway. So, him not getting any carries throughout the first half was more of just the plan that we had to get other guys involved. And Gio's as reliable as they come. Trayvon's a young guy, and he's got to do a better job with the ball security up to the point of the fumble. And then, Alex on the jet sweep, the guy put his helmet right on it, and the ball popped out. So those are 3 guys we're counting on, and we got to make those improvements. And then defensively, we got to keep punching, raking. When our hands get on the balls, we got to pick them off. We had one opportunity there in the second half, and we got to do a better job creating turnovers.
Zach, do you anticipate a competition at kicker this week, or will Austin get a second shot since he only got the 1 extra point attempt?
Yeah, Austin will get a second shot. He really didn't just had the 1 extra point.
Is there a competition at quarterback, or is Brandon Allen good to go if he's healthy?
Brandon would be our quarterback. Yeah, I thought Brandon played well, and of course there's a couple of players I'm sure he'd like to have back, but overall managing the game, doing the things that he could control, I thought that he put us in a position to score points, and just didn't work out that way.
Was that as comfortable as you had seen him since he took over for Joe?
Yeah, which is expected. It's our 3rd week, and it's he was in a good flow all week. We felt good going into this game, and he did the things that I hoped he would do and put us in the position to go score.
Do you expect Zach, Michael Jordan to respond at practice this week and get himself back in the mix to go on the offensive line?
I expect Mike to respond the right way. I feel like he has. He wants to play football. He wants to continue to improve, and we got to continue to evaluate what our best lineup is up front.
Zach, obviously there's 3 games left in the year. Joe Mixon's still on IR. Do you anticipate opening that 21-day window?
Not today. It's remains to be seen if we'll get him back this week or in a later week, but today don't anticipate activating that window.
Coach, no friends when the game is going on, but did you and Andy have a chance to say something to each other afterwards?
Afterwards, yeah, absolutely. I have a ton of respect for Andy, and great person. And I wish he didn't feel good coming off the field yesterday, but he's a great person, and I wish him the best. And Andy and I has always had a really good relationship.
You got a long week.
Zach, Jesse, we just talked to Jesse Bates in here, and he mentioned figuring out which guys are going to be here next year or something along those lines, just kind of seeing who's going to make it through this tough time. Is that these last 3 games we've seen you make, obviously at kicker, other positions, kind of working guys in? Are you looking to see who's going to be tough enough to make it through this tough time and can be part of next year's squad right now?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that's any different than any week we've had, going back the rest of the season. And when you only have so many players available, 40, 53 on the roster, you get a chance to look at them all the time. And I understand what Jesse's saying there. It's you get a great chance to evaluate people when things aren't going the way that you anticipated them. That's a great chance to look at character. I think that these guys have handled it the right way in terms of how they handle themselves in the locker room and the meeting rooms and outside of the building. So I appreciate what Jesse's saying, because he's saying he's taking a hard look too. Young leaders on this team are taking a hard look at guys that maybe they see a different side of people than the coaches see sometimes. But again, I haven't sensed anything that would be upsetting in that regard. I think our guys, you look at them, how bad they hurt in the locker room. You hate talking about effort, and guys giving great effort and never giving up. But I watched the fourth quarter, man, and that's when you really get a sense of who's playing for each other. And there's not a guy I can point to where I say, man, that effort isn't good enough. The guys are out there trying to get us back in the game.
Is there anybody in particular that jumped out at you? I mean, in every game, win, lose, or draw, there's somebody that really has a above and beyond performance. Was there anybody that you want to single out, or not really?
There were some guys that had some good performances. There's no question. It's hard coming off a loss like that to be able to single somebody out, but certainly some guys gave us a winning performance.
Zach, what kind of updates have you, with Joe post-surgery out in California, what does his rehab process look like right now? And kind of, can you give us an update as to what exactly he's doing and what the timeline looks like for just the immediate future for him?
He's still out in California, and I guess I would have talked to him Saturday night. This is the last time I spoke to him. He's doing well. He's doing well going through his rehab out there, seeing the doctors. And I don't have much beyond that, but I know that he's starting to feel better and getting into that rehab, and he's in a good place mentally.
Zach, where are you in a place mentally? Because, we've danced around the questions of how important it is to win and, and effort and those kind of things. And you've always been the bottom line. It's a bottom line league of winning. So where's your headspace of, a second-year coach who just hasn't found enough winning so far? Yeah,
very good place, to be honest with you. It's I'm going to find the positive in everything we can do. And we got an unbelievable opportunity to put our best foot forward on Monday night against the Pittsburgh Steelers on national TV and get our guys right. And because, again, these guys are giving us what they got, and we got to put them in position to go win a football game. And we need to feel good on a Monday or a Tuesday coming off a win. And so, again, that's why I signed up for this job. I love coaching. I love fighting adversity. I love when the chips are against you and people are doubting you and finding a way to get it done. And there's been some disappointing Sundays that we've had, but it doesn't change my outlook for next week or the future. I'm going to be honest with you there. I still feel like there are really good days ahead of us. We got to weather this storm right now, and we will, and we'll come out much stronger. And so I'm just excited to go back to work. We got an extra day to prepare for these guys, and couldn't be happier to be in the building right now. And hope you guys can feel that from my energy. I'm trying not to be, anyway, I feel really good about our future here.
2 more months, Coach.
With that extra day, the long week, what will you do with that? Will you do more fundamentals? I'm not saying training camp stuff, but will you go back to more basics and try to alleviate, mistakes that have cropped up, or what do you do with that?
There's a mixture of that. There's a mixture of that, Dave, and also it's week 15 as well. And so these guys have been through the grind of a season now. And so there's a mixture of the mental part and the fundamental part as well. So again, we get this extra day and we get some extra time with the players to meet with them and show them some of the stuff that we've been doing the last couple of weeks, and then get some extra time on the field on Wednesday as well. So it'll be a mixture of mental and physical stuff that we get an extra day on.
Zach, to follow up on Joe's question, how do you keep that positive outlook when you don't have a lot of wins? Is there Have you been through moments like this before? Are there coaches you talk to? How do you, I mean, it can be very hard to just kind of stick to the negative when you only have 4 wins through 2 years. How do you keep that positive outlook?
Because you get two choices. You can look at the negative side or the positive side, and you wake up every day with that choice. And again, great support system is important. Parents, wife, kids, coaches on this staff, tremendous. A guy like Doug Rosfeld, you can't take his energy away from him every day, and I'm around him every day. And so you got some tremendous people here that we believe in. We're going to get this thing right. It's been tough sledding these last couple of weeks, but it's not hard, to answer your question, Brandon, to make that choice every day when you wake up. You only got 2 of them, and I'm always going to choose the positive side and keep pulling these guys forward. And we got guys I love being around, and we're counting on to step up and make some plays for us. I know they're going to do that.
One last question.
Exactly. Like, you publicly haven't cracked, you haven't broken character in any of these moments that we've talked to you about these kind of things, and especially going forward with your future. Have there been any personal times, any moments when you're away from the public eye where you have kind of lost it, so to speak?
No,
considering
we're all human. We're all human. But of course, breaking character, this isn't a character. This is me, and not going to be any different in front of you all than I'm in front of the players and the coaches. And we believe in what we're doing. I think that's the most important thing. And that may be hard for people to believe given our track record of wins and losses. But there will be unbelievable days ahead, and I'll remember these days, and I think a lot of people will forget them when we're playing for championships and playing for division titles, and you're seeing great things on the field from our guys. But I know we just got to weather the storm and get through it, and look forward to the great days ahead.